Hi everyone, welcome to my Doodle Book Tour that nobody asked for. It's been a year since I started this book and it's done, so thought I'll document it and show it to you all. I'm by no means a professional, so hope you like my amateur drawings. This is the pen that I use for most of my doodles. It's just a regular handwriting pen. This one's from W.H. Smith, not sponsored. So let's actually begin with the book tour. Before that, a warning, if you're into hand fetish, please click off right now. Don't want that sort of weirdness in my channel. Having given that warning, let's actually begin. So my first drawing is feather inspired. I started it on 16 September 2018, and like I said, it took me 1 year to complete my book, so I finished it on 17 September 2019. After the feather comes a regular doodle, just a traditional looking one, created on the same day, 16. This one is a sun and moon inspired doodle. Another traditional looking doodle. A version of this pretty sure exists in Google Images if you just type Google. If you just type doodle. This looks more like balloons to me with patterns inside, different shapes and sizes and orientation of balloons. This is a yin yang doodle. The original one was way more intricate, but I didn't really have fine line pen, so I had to modify it depending on the thickness of my pen. But I still quite like it. Next is a flower inspired doodle, and I sort of sectioned the page on the depending on the petals and made traditional doodle patterns wherever I could. The next one I messed up pretty bad. The one that I'm pointing out, it's not circular at all, but that's the beauty of doodles, you know. They're never perfect, at least the ones that I draw, because I'm not good at them. This is sort of sectioned into a circular pattern and a more linear pattern, half and half. Again, really bad at drawing circles. This page is entirely covered in one pattern. Even though it's very simple, I really like looking at it. It just has a really soothing feeling to it for some reason. But yeah, nothing too creative, just copying the same pattern, same design in different sizes. Next, this reminds me of a rose for some reason. I mean, it doesn't look like a rose, but then the outer corners look like thorns, and the middle one looks like a flower. So, I don't know. A close up if you want. Ooh, this one's my first original piece. It's actually inspired by my laptop cover because a section of it is just hexagonal shaped stickers. Let me show you. Yeah, there you go. So my stickers are hexagonal shaped and they fit into it quite well. So I thought I'll just mimic that into my doodle, and that's exactly what I did. There's a close-up of all the patterns that I drew inside the hexagons if you're interested. Next is a cute looking owl that I copied because I can't draw owls from imagination. The eyes are a bit weird, one is big, one is small, but it still looks really cute and I really like it. Yep, and there's a close-up of my owl. I'm pointing out how the eyes are big and small, but you know what? Doodles are not perfect. I'm gonna keep saying that until it registers in your mind. This is a very simple but weird looking doodle that reminds me of a hibiscus for some reason, even though it has nothing to do with flowers or anything floral. This is spooky but also very satisfying to look at for some reason, just because of the pattern in the background and everywhere really, and just like a face staring at you. It's spooky, but I sometimes just stare at it for a good 2 seconds before I turn the page. And there you go, an eye staring at you. I just wanted to point out how the lines coming out of the eye is just like eyelashes, and then that's like sectioning it into pages, and each section is again has a different pattern drawn into it. Ooh, this one's for Halloween. Just a bunch of ghosts that I copied from a Google image picture. I'm gonna point at the date. Yes, it was Halloween of 2018. After the ghosts comes a peaceful looking peacock flaunting its feathers and just sleeping there quietly. Next is a bee. Okay, I have a lot of animal inspired doodles. Didn't realize that. This is from a sticker. I can show you the sticker this is inspired from. It's from Great Uni Hack, the bee logo. Oh, there are pull out my laptop and I'm showing you the similarity between this bee and the one that I drew. I just made it into a doodle looking bee. After the bee comes a bunch of petals, flower petals or leaves, whatever you want to call it, with different patterns drawn into it that again look really cool if I say that myself. After that, ooh, oh my god, I remember this day so clearly. I have so much to say about this, but I'd rather not. It's just that, am I showing you when I drew this? Yeah. 6 December 2018. Man, I was in a really bad state. I was hating uni at that point and I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. I still don't know what I want to do with my life. It just sort of like spiraled down, and this is a portrayal of what my brain looked like that day. It was really scary and I wanted to drop out and I was feeling like I'm not learning anything new at uni, all sorts of thoughts. So just kind of like sat on in my room and scribbled all this. Yep. After that, I sort of calmed down. I think a few days later, I went back to doodling. It was a peaceful, traditional looking art, like half of 1/4 of a flower. Ooh, this one. So this one's actually inspired by a TV show which had nothing to do with doodling, but in one of the scenes, in one of the walls, it had this circle and had really cool patterns drawn inside it. So I was like, I want to do something that similar to that. Can't remember what the TV show was called, but I was really inspired by that. So this is what I would like to credit it for. Credit it to. Close up if you want, if you're interested. Next is, whoa, just a very intricate drawing, which I copied from. Pretty sure this was from Instagram, but it was a huge drawing and I just drew a part of it because my book is really tiny. Next is, oh my god, this is the worst one. I absolutely hate it because the branches are so tiny and the flower is so huge, but I really can't actually tear this because it's attached to one of my favorite, which one? Yeah, the hexagon one, which is one of my favorite original artwork. So I can't tear it. I just have to live with it for the rest of my life. But I absolutely hate this one because it makes no sense to me and it looks bad. This one, on the other hand, is not that bad. It's not that great either. It's just a bunch of flowers, and I drew outlines for the flowers, and the outermost layer was just black in color. A close up if you want. Next is just a traditional looking, I think it looks like a mandala, but not really. Just a traditional doodle. Don't have much to say about it. There's a close up of it if you want. Next, oh, I really like this. I don't know why, but I was sick of sectioning the page just depending on petals. So it was nice to section the page depending on a weird pattern and then drawing different patterns inside it. So that's something that I enjoy doing, and you'll see more of it in the later pages. Next, Happy New Year! Pretty sure I drew this on 1st of Jan 2019. I wasn't, yeah, 1st of Jan 2019. Wasn't really celebrating New Year, so I thought might celebrate it by doodling. This is just another, again, random doodle. This is my narcissistic self trying to draw an eye because, my name's Iqrah, and then drawing a bunch of circles around it. Some of the patterns in the circle are pretty sure copied from other drawings, but I would call this semi original, semi inspirational. This is a fully original piece of work. So I thought I'd draw a bunch of shapes in different sizes, whatever shapes I could think of. And then to make it a little more edgy, I left out the end bits, didn't make them bold. So it's like a pattern within a pattern within a pattern, if you like. Makes no sense, but I really like it. Next is another original work. So this is what I was talking about. What I've started liking is sectioning the page into weird patterns. Previously it was like a hook shape. This is more like flame shaped. I would do that and then fill the insides of it with different patterns. So by this time around, I'd found the kind of doodling I like to do when I'm like mindlessly drawing. So all these are just something that I drew from my mind, not looking to a different picture. So yeah, I'm pretty proud of this. Next is just a flower. One really cool thing I like about this drawing in particular is the way I did the background. I didn't really color it in, it was more like strokes, so it gives more of a texture. I think I did it for a few of the flowers as well. This is the second last drawing in my doodle book. It's coming to an end. This was inspired by Spider-Man. Sort of drew just random spider web pattern looking sections in the page and then filled them in with different patterns again. I shouldn't have filled the background with crow feet. I really don't like that, but there's no going back, so whatever. I have to deal with it. And that's the last page, which was similar to the one that I showed before, but instead of having flame pattern, it was just very abstract in however I wanted to do it. Just wanted to get it over with because it was the last page and I wanted to do it as soon as like the first year anniversary. Yep, that's all. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Comment below if you liked or hated my doodles. If you have any suggestions of what I should doodle next. I also need to find a new book to doodle on, so that's something I need to do. Hope you liked it. Yeah. Okay, my mouth is super dry now, so I'm gonna go. This took ages to film. Ugh. Hello, I'm back with some bonus content that nobody asked for. If you've stuck around, you're a true supporter. Thanks for wasting so much of your time on my content. So yeah, the last page is filled with random stuff. The one that I'm pointing out is Stanley. It's supposed to be Stanley, but it doesn't look like Stanley. An entire page was supposed to be a tribute to him, but I was really bad at it, so kind of skipped on that idea. The one that's below it is supposed to be a cat. I haven't drawn that cat, fortunately. I can't remember who drew it. If you're watching this and if you're the person that created the cat, please contact me immediately. A bunch of other texts written on the last page. I can see Suleiman written. It's one of my friend's name. We were trying to compare our handwriting. Um, my flatmates' names are written there for some reason. Hashtag GDPR. um, then there's a shape. So this was supposed to be how the page that I'm going to show you right now was supposed to look like, but the reality just came out to be something completely different. Okay, that's all. I'm gonna go eat lunch now. Thanks for sticking around. Bye. Oh, no, wait. This is interesting. So, this is where I show you how I actually filmed my videos. This was the stand I was working with. Imagine a pillowcase, hanger, and a bunch of books made my overhead stand. So, you should be proud of me. And you should know that you don't need fancy equipments to do what you want. You can just figure it out if you really want to. That's me showing it again. Okay, bye!